Water relaxed every muscle in my body, taking away all the stress. The water soothed my skin as if it were some divine elixir. If I would have stayed in there for all eternity, but all good things must come to an end. I dried myself off and wrapped a towel around myself, and as I got out of the bathroom, as I entered the living room, the pink-haired maid stood in front of me. "What the hell are you doing here? Get out of my apartment!" I yelled. No response from Natsu. I grew worried. Suddenly he started giggling while looking at me as eyeballs moved up and down before I could realize it. My towel was lying on the floor with me wearing only my skin. I slapped out instantly while trying to cover myself. "What was that for?" Uh, I ignored him and went to put some clothes on. I changed into my pajamas. When I came back, he was still standing there, acting really unusual. "What's the matter, Natsu?" I inquired in a caring voice. He didn't reply and instead had a mischievous look on his face. Suddenly it hit me. Before we had padded away, Natsu had told me he was gonna hit the bar with some booze. He was definitely drunk. Before I could say anything, in one swift motion, he picked me up and threw me on the bed with him on top of me, harboring the same mischievous smile. A wave of terror ran through me as I got really scared and tried to get him off of me, but he was really heavy and all my efforts were in vain. He pinned down both my arms and his face started coming closer and closer to mine. His Natsu's face got closer, I couldn't do anything. His lips coming closer and closer to the point where they were pushing against my own. His lips possessed an unique warmth, but it made sense considering he's a fire wizard. I kept on resisting, trying to push him away, but his force was much stronger than mine. After my lips, he went for my neck. "Natsu, stop," I said as I let out a moan. The pleasure he was giving me was beyond anything I had ever experienced. He kept biting and sucking on my neck for a couple of minutes, leaving behind a dark purple hickey, marking me as his territory. He did it with a really calm and gentle tone. My face turned red from his words. He was drunk and out of his senses, but his eyes had a genuine glow. I knew whatever he was saying, it was from his heart. Despite his feelings for me, the effects of the alcohol had him out of his senses. I knew that this could get dangerous. Suddenly, his hand started moving towards my shirt and he was about to rip it off. But at the last second, the door opened, saving me from my misery. I pushed him away from me while he was distracted so that no one could see what was going on. It was Aza and Greg who walked in through the door. His warm hand went under my chest, squeezing the light out of my huge gazangas. I moaned in pleasure. I stopped resisting him as my naughty side was taking over me, and soon I was the one who wanted it more than him.